In September 1892, Archibald Hood waited on the Recreation Ground Board and submitted a plan for a maze. The board accepted the suggestion and decided to offer Mr. Hood and those interested every facility to carry the idea into execution. The maze was circular in shape. It was soon planted, using between 3,000 and 4,000 box thorn plants. The position was south of the boat shed, somewhere in the vicinity of the rhododendron dell. The plants used grew vigorously and very soon proved difficult to manage. In order to help the board with the costs involved with the maze, Mr. Hood took it upon himself to help out by writing a story for sale, to raise money for upkeep of the maze. The book was Johnny Fro, and it went on sale at the end of 1894. This is the story he wrote. Chapter 1.
One night lately, while all alone, conning over my lessons, I kept walking round and round different outskirts of the town, heedless about where my feet led me. Finally, I found myself leaning over the rails of the Poet's Bridge, in the recreation ground. It was a fine clear night, and the waxing moon's light, coming between the shadows of the trees around, sparkled like bright silver on the still sleeping waters. There I gazed for so long a time, at the beautiful surrounding patches, that bit by bit I felt my eyelids getting unusually heavy. Most likely, I think I might have gone to sleep straight off, in this upright position, had not I heard a gentle footfall on the other end of the planks from where I was placed. At this instant, there was something somehow set me all a-quiver. I lifted my head, and turned my face aside, and what I then saw, I am quite sure, as long as there is breath in my body, will never pass from my memory. This was a girl, so altogether enchanting as to outrival any prize painting. She asked me, with a frank, sweet voice, on drawing towards me, something or another, but what that something or another was, well, I could not in the least be certain about. The truth was, for the moment I could neither speak, nor neither could I clearly comprehend. She had gone several paces beyond me before I could collect myself. Then, afraid that she might slip me altogether without having a word to say, with no little effort, I managed to call out, "Hi!" At this rude hail, she slowly drew herself up, turned her face around, and, great stars! threw upon me the glances of such eyes, as never, I am sure, has been seen in the face of anyone else. For dazzling luster, I feel convinced that no gems could ever cap.
"What's it? You called, didn't you?"
At a loss for any proper reply to this question of hers, I feigned a false one, saying, "Excuse me, will you, do? Isn't your name Miss Grimm?"
"Miss Grimm,"
she repeated, with a puzzled countenance, and slowly pronouncing the name, as if spelling out the letters.
"No,"
she immediately said, with a most bewitching smile.
"I am neither Grimm by name, nor Grimm by nature. Marimmonia Brenge is the name I am known by. Will my horse be safe, do you think, tied up to a post at the entrance there beyond? I never care about riding after dark down that steep lumpy road. I'll be back within an half-hour or so."
"Oh, I'll see to it all right enough," I eagerly replied. "If that's all the time you mean to be away, it will be longer than that, I dare say, before I think about leaving the grounds here."
"Really, so kind of you, if you would. I'll hurry back as fast as ever I can."
Then, in an alluring manner, she took herself away, saying,
"I'll likely see you then, as I come back."
With this, Miss Marimmonia Brenge proceeded on her errand. At the upper entrance I found the horse all right. I didn't weary much waiting, I was much too full of joy for that. Pretty precise to her time, Marimmonia once more put in her appearance. On rejoining, she kept chatting away with such volubility, and smiling and laughing with such graceful gestures, that I thought could not well be withstood, even by a king. Whilst I, on the other hand, like a silly, oh, how enraged I was at my own incapacity, remained all the while as though tongue-tied. Strange it was, however, that no sooner was I alone again, than I could recall to mind easily enough scores of smart quips, and taking phrases, and utter them too, with the utmost ease to vacancy, where naught they could avail. Well, and such a precious ninny was I, when so very badly I wanted to engross and shine. On homeward starting, I kept slapping at my breast, and giving voice to all sorts of ridiculous nonsense. When, lo, out of the cup of an arum lily bordering the path, such a queer-looking womankin of a figure sprang, robed as seemed to my fancy in wreaths of airy down. There's no use in saying that I was not dumbfounded with this totally out-of-the-way experience. I was more than that, I was clean beside myself with terror, until a few kind and courteous words from the diminutive sylph quite reassured me.
"Be calm,
said she, in a tone low, and yet commanding, melodious, yet distinctly audible.
I am Dismaralbrum, the queen of the fairies in these sylvan shades, and I may freely aver, without a vestige of arrogance, that whatever I undertake to go in for, I am seldom balked in the accomplishment of. Mind that now, will you? I have just got to know, that all of a sudden, you have become alarmingly infatuated by that trig and wholesome-looking maid that you met for the first time tonight, on the bridge beyond there. Possibly she may be hard to win, and when she is won, it will be harder still to win. Gasped cute Grange, her monoglobbing sire. T said that one Noxy something, I forget the surname, stands now the favourite. However, the proverb which is pat among you mortals is a good one, which says, patience and perseverance works wonders. You take heart, you do. If you do as I bid, I'll stake my regal position, I will on the prosperous issue. The conditions are these, that every day you try to resist evil, and do all the good that ever you can, for each morning ere the clarion of the cock, without cognizance, there will be put into your pocket certain tokens corresponding to either the good or the evil which you may have done from one period of supply to another. The greater and the lesser in value of these you must put separately and carefully away, inasmuch as whoever has the greatest show of the first of these tokens when Marimonia's birthday comes around, which happens to be on Midsummer Day next, will stand. For so oddly determines her father, the greatest show for Marimonia's hand. Now, mystified mortal, there's something all cut and dry, isn't there, for you to work upon? Something that ought to spur you on to virtue, something which holds out a mundane reward. But zoos, I now must away, or otherwise summon some of my courtiers around. I am positively forgetting myself standing here all this while, unaccompanied, talking to you.